Northern Brewer takes you where homebrewing and craft brewing meet. From pro breweries to home breweries, we live and breathe beer. Craft beer celebrities, homebrew luminaries, brew sessions, and most important of all, lots of great beer. You are watching Brewing TV.
Howdy citizens, I'm Michael Dawson.
And I'm Jake Keeler, we're from Northern Brewer. It is 100 degrees today. No joke, 100 degrees.
No joke, that is a hot day. Too hot to do anything but drink sour beers and reminisce about a brew day that we documented this past winter, ice fishing, brewing on a frozen lake, below freezing temperatures. Doesn't that sound nice?
That sounds so good right now. Hey, have you ever brewed in such a crazy environment? If you have, please email us what that is at brewingtv@Northern Brewer. Send us pictures, give us a short description. Our top 3 selections of those submitted are going to win some gift cards from Northern Brewer. Now, we want those emails by the 20th, and we're going to pick the winners shortly thereafter.
Stick around after the episode for more details. In the meantime, you check out the frozen brew day. Let's us go get in the air conditioning.
Just reminisce.
All for brew?
Brew for all. Stay cool, citizens.
Whenever you're on the ice fishing, you gotta come with some libation. Let me show you what I got. Not 1, 2. 2 kegs. Think that'll be enough? No? Yeah, it's enough. That's all you getting today.
Welcome to Brewing TV. I'm your guest host, Paul Trombley.
I'm your guest host, Ted Weidman. What you know about brewing in the middle of winter, in the middle of a lake? Brewing and fishing. Doing it all. What do we got, boys? We got sorghum.
Magnum,
What's this? Rye malt extract.
Cascade,
Amber.
Homegrown,
Gold.
Centennial,
Carapils. Victory.
Williamette,
Plugs of some kind.
Roasted, 2-row,
Sugar. Syrup. D. 180.
DME.
Oh yeah. We also brought our simple brewing setup because you know how us Minnesotans do in the middle of the lake in the middle of winter. We got the setup. Look what else we brought.
Black ice.
We got to keep it real on Lake Waconia.
Security.
So we don't have any idea what we're making. There's no plan, no recipe. You see no notes in front of you. Everybody brought something. We got some extract, we got some steeping grains, we got all kinds of hops. We're brewing with lake water that smells like the middle of the lake in the summertime when you just come out of the water. Filter didn't work. We have no idea what's going to happen. We'll come up with a style, if there is a style,
Yes.
as soon as we do some tasting notes. We figure we'll over-flavor it and overpower it to cover up any of the fish excrement we'll be drinking.
Yes. Healthy. So join us today for some adventures in fishing, brewing, where we'll be catching perch,
Northern, walleye, muskie, sunnies, white bass, lake trout.
maybe even a sea bass.
Well, the first plan, of course I didn't try this before we got out onto the middle of the lake, but was to pump in through the filter to get some of the junk and fish poop and all that stuff filtered out. That doesn't really work real well. The filter slows the flow down. So we are going to put the filter in the car and pump in water straight out of the lake. Got a little perch, a little seaweed, very earthy.
That's the channel we'll use to chill our beer as it comes out of the boil. And then we'll collect it on the other side near the fire pit.
One thing we need to keep in mind is that not everybody lives in Minnesota and puts their car on the ice and has a portable or permanent shack. So we've got these things called tip-ups. You're going for bigger fish when you have tip-ups. So this is a northern setup. Northern comes along, there's probably no chance he's gonna get off of that. So the idea is that if a fish comes and takes this will turn as he takes line. The flag goes up. Usually you're out doing something, having a couple beers. When that flag goes up, first guy that sees it runs like hell to get that fish, because if he gets there first, it's his. So hopefully we'll see some running a little bit later today.
Oh, do we want to figure out what we have here for extract before we...
No.
No?
I think what we should do is throw all the extract in here and then start fishing. Whoever catches a fish comes out and gets that extract bottle. And if I catch more fish than you, my beer is going to be a hell of a lot stronger. Warm up this extract so it flows right out of that bottle. So we've got 5 holes put in this house. I've got 3 over here. Heater, got my gear. A couple holes over here for another guy. Figured, why don't we fish and brew at the same time? Obviously you can't brew in the summer while you fish, so we brew in the winter while we fish. You think we should sort these by alpha acid content?
Sure, let's do a scale.
No, we're not gonna do that. I was just kidding. We're not gonna sort them. What are you kidding? Dude, that's up, that's up, that's up.
I did a drive-by hopping on my kettle and added Galaxy. I don't know what it is at.
Brow!
Like the tank froze up. Looky here, looky here. See that? That's frost. A little cold out here? What do you think, Ted?
I can't believe it.
It's not that cold, it's a little chilly. What about you, Alabama boy? You think it's cold?
He's shaking like a leaf.
I like it.
You don't even have a coat on.
Siri, add half-ounce Palisade at 10 minutes.
Okay, here's your meeting. Note that you already have an all-day meeting about BTV on Ice Forward today.
roadblock. I don't see a roadblock here. I see an alteration of the plan. I think that leaf hops caused us the right turn at Albuquerque. So we're gonna go old school and lift the keg up, pour it like we used to pour our 5-gallon kettles. That was fun.
Excellent brew session.
That was a good time. I appreciate it, guys.
Lots of fish. Cheers.
Cheers.
Appreciate you guys coming out, helping us set up, helping us take down. It was, we had to punt a few times, had to deal with the punches.
Got some fish.
We caught a couple fish.
For some beer. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we worked.
20 gallons of beer.
20 gallons of beer. Flag up, flag up, flag up. Oh, I got one.
Got one? You got one?
He's moving.
Bring it. Get him. Get him. Get him.
Hook set.
Oh, it's a nice one.
Oh.
It is a nice one, a delicious. If this is all we're gonna catch all day, I'll take it.
That's a lunker.
Well, I'd like to thank Black Ice, Brian Adams, and my buddy Sparky for all the help they did in whooping our butts in fishing. I guess when you don't have to worry about making beer, whooping our butts is easy.
All for brew.
Brew for all.
Brew for all.
What's up, everybody? Tasting notes. Fish poo. We got control. We got dry hopped. Ted, what are these that we're drinking right now?
We have pretty much the same split batch, fermented with some USO 5, another batch with USO 4, repitch. What do you guys think? Can you taste Lake Waconia?
Can't taste that anymore. No more fish poo.
No, I would have no idea that this was made with lake water.
Maybe it's just the suggestion of the free-range coastal water that Rogue uses, but I think version A with the USO 5 reminds me a little bit of Rogue. It's kind of caramely,
Yep.
pretty aggro on the hops, kind of a Pacific Northwest character. So Columbus or Chinook or something
Probably.
in this, probably.
Homegrown Chinook.
Homegrown Chinook.
Oh, that's right. I surprised my wife. I'm like, hey, what do you think of this? She said, oh, it's really bitter. I think some of your homebrew friends would like that. It's not her thing. I said, that's the lake water.
In my Waconia ale, I have a control batch that was pitched with USO 5 and left that way throughout the process in the keg. The other one I have a dry hop with 1 ounce homegrown Columbus hops and added gelatin in the keg. As you can see, they both seem to clean up. Gosh, they're both nearly identical.
Mm-hmm.
So it,
A little, just tiny bit cloudy on
yeah.
Dry
the
hop.
not much on the control, but still really good.
Mm-hmm.
This one's just like singer.
Yeah.
When we were at Tallgrass a couple weeks ago, I had a conversation like this with their brewer, Andrew Hood, and I want to pitch a question to you guys. You guys were, shall we say, farting around on brew day and just kind of adding things randomly, but you still get the beers to turn out. Tell the people at home how you do that.
Well, for me, I like my my process, of course, in my system that goes out the window when we're brewing on the lake. But everything beyond that, you know, sanitization, cleanliness, you know, keeping everything clean along the way, and you know, just taking care of it, I think helps my beers a lot.
I think it's pretty damn hard to mess it up. I think if you have clean equipment, you generally know what you're doing, you can end up with good results. I mean, we didn't put any salts or any pH testing, or we didn't adjust the water. We didn't even use city water, and I mean, they're drinkable beers. They're
good
probably
beers.
not going to win any awards, but I don't
Yeah.
really care about that. And
Right.
I mean, I guess just pay. Well, you don't even have to pay attention to what you're doing. Once you, I mean, I did. I was running around drilling holes, making burgers, and starting a fire and catching fish. Yeah, catching fish.
I think we should brew a summer lake water.
We should. What the difference would be.
Find the skankiest, nastiest pond. And
We got to go out to the boundary waters to do that.
Well, the spot that I picked
Yeah,
to
get
set us
some-
up was probably 75 to 100 yards away from a fairly good-sized spring on the lake.
Ah,
that,
okay.
that stayed open pretty. I mean, it was flagged off even when we were out there, so that people weren't venturing over there and falling in. So
Right.
it wasn't an accidental spot. Figuring that spring would be probably the biggest spring on the lake with the freshest source of water in that lake.
The testimonials are in. The beers are awesome. Lake water gets my thumbs up.
don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Fear is the mind killer. All for brew?
Brew for
For
all.
all. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Fish poo.
Fish poo!
Thank you, Sparky.
Oh man, that feels better. I'd like to thank Ted, Paul, Brian, and Sparky for cooling us off mentally, if not physically. Remember, send us your stories and photos from your craziest brew day, setting, recipe, whatever. BrewingTV@northernbrewer.com. We're going to pick our 3 personal favorites and give them gift cards to Northern Brewer. Winners will be announced in our next episode, number 67, recapping the National Homebrewers Convention. Until next time, for Chip Walton and guitar Jake Keeler, I'm Michael Dawson. All for brew, brew for all. Anything you want to say, guitar? That's it.
Later.
Look at that. I just want to pet that hat. It's so awesome.
Like that? That's good.
Oh. It's not bad. Reminds me of camp. There you go, camp beer.
Go get your mama.
I wouldn't even say anything.
It smells kind of like a wet dog. Is that good?
You're into drinking wet dog.
Dogfish head? What the hell?
Depends what you're going for.
Why are you out here all by yourself, Brian Adams? Keep my eye on these flags, man. I'm trying to catch the big fish. This is how we crush the grains out on ice. Just, turn it on. Put the grains down here, hold them in your hand, and crush them.